What's going on, people? Happy Sunday. If you know, like me, it's a very good day to be able to understand what other people are saying. Some people really don't know the privilege in that. Anyway, I'm Al. That's Carms. This is Better for Today. We had a pretty good day today. I hope you guys had a good day today. We got to visit some old friends. When I say old, I don't mean their age. I mean, we've known them for quite a while. It was a really good service today. I love the fact that the altar was filled with young people. Mm-hmm. I have a thing for young people, and I think more of us need to go after them instead of sitting around just watching them. That's just the Al Mize thing. You agree?
Agree.
It's a Calms Mize things too. Let us know you in the building. For those of you who don't know, Better for Today is a podcast. We talk about faith, life, and the small steps that make a difference.
Oh, wow.
It's your first time hearing that? Last week, we talked about helping people. Because of the government shutdown, we were giving out resources and places where people could go to get help. Open. And
I'm trying to turn the volume on.
Calm is trying to turn the volume down.
Oh, come on.
Government shutdown, we were giving out resources, places where people could go.
It won't do it. Okay, I'm muted now.
She's muted. This week we were supposed to have a gentleman come on by the name of Mr. John Corpening. I want to get this. Here it goes. The name of his movement. Let me get this up first. It's not a video clip. It's one of these. I just thought about it in reference to having this so people could see it. It's pulling up. Whoever's in the building, welcome. This is his, what is it called? QR code, right?
Right.
The name of his movement is All People Free. What they do is expose these different, I guess, kind of like
groups.
Well, they're like, I wouldn't say they're hiding, but they use a name and they operate underneath it.
Entities?
What's a name I'm looking for? But anyway, they expose these groups that are trafficking people.
Okay.
You click on this QR code here and it'll tell you a lot. Like, I didn't know the levels where this thing is, where this thing goes. Like me and my wife always joke and say, when they go to sex trafficking you, because we're heavy, just fall.
Fall heavy.
That ain't working no more.
They ain't working. They got groups now.
They got 6 people throwing you in that truck, man.
I'm just gonna be heavy.
Yeah, they said just fall. That way they be like, man, we ain't struggling with that.
And they have a lot of conversation. Ask a lot of questions. Where are we going?
Yeah, something to do. Yeah. But the craziest thing is, from what I looked at, they have a list of the type of people that these people are looking for. Wow. It's bonkers, man. We thought he would come on tonight, but he had some other things with his schedule. And so prayerfully we can get him on next week. The next few weeks we're going to be trying to bring people on who are making a difference out here. They're not just talking about it, they're doing things to try to help. And a lot of people don't understand. Like, people think they don't make an influence. Your little bit in what you do to the people you know makes a difference. So don't ever think you're not impactful. That's not true. You can impact. There's people that my wife know that she can impact that I'll never impact because I don't know them. And that's how you got to think about things. You have to understand that your capacity lies in the group of people you know. And that's who you're called to impact. I can't reach those people because I don't know them.
Would you say your level of influence
is in your people say it's your circle. It's not a circle.
No.
It's the people you know. It's the people you know. So yeah, let's concentrate on impacting that group of people. I heard something today that was pretty amazing. It talked about how people are so infatuated with being seen.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is taking, how can I say it? It's taking the essence of our impact away because we're doing stuff that we wouldn't normally do so we can be seen.
Looking for the approval.
Yeah, of people that don't know you.
Of people who don't have a clue of who you are, what you represent, because you're misrepresenting yourself.
You're doing anything you can to be seen on a broader scale by people who could care
less.
And I'm not.
But they're ready to dog you.
Yeah, I'm not down in it because if that's what you do, that's what you do. But
right. But I mean,
just understand your level of impact.
Right.
So that you can be a little bit more positive with your impact.
Right.
Because people are watching you.
Yeah.
People are watching you. People are looking at you and they wonder, like, this person what happened to her? What happened to him? Because you're more infatuated with being seen opposed to being impactful.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, don't actually maybe take for granted the impact that you do have on the people who are around you.
You don't take it for granted because either way, you're impacting them negatively or positively.
True.
Either way, you know what I'm saying? So why not do it positively? Shout out to my man Trent. He just came home. It's my dude. Been going for quite a while. Enjoy your freedom, son. Freedom ain't free. I bet you know that now. Want to give another shout out to everybody who has a birthday today. There was so many, y'all. I just didn't feel like writing it down. But to my man Nick, who's in the hospital, he's doing a lot better. We're looking for the miraculous. Let me change that. The miraculous is happening.
Definitely.
We're looking for the manifestation of it in the next upcoming days.
Right. Well, also we're keeping his wife covered in prayer.
Keeping his wife covered in prayer.
Not only is she enduring this whole stint of her husband being in the hospital, but her mother passed away in the midst of this, and she's an only child. So she has the burden of making those plans, and
she's got a lot.
She's got a lot on her plate. So we're praying that God gives her strength, with some peace of mind to understand, who's really in control.
And I hope I'm saying this correctly. Let's stop believing what we're praying for.
Let's start.
Let's stop. Yeah. The routine of prayer, and literally, if you don't believe it, it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Say it with some conviction.
And then when you looking for it to happen and it does not mean it didn't. It's not going to happen. It just might not happen in your lifetime.
Right.
This could be something that your kids or your grandkids can benefit from. But start believing. Don't just be praying because it's the thing to do.
The routine.
Yeah, man. Let's start believing it. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's me. I believe that. I believe. Wow, I said that. Is that a pun? When we start believing, we'll start seeing things change.
I agree.
You say, "Oh, ain't nothing changed," because you don't believe the crap. It's amazing that sometimes after we say something, immediately we'll say something in doubt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you an example. We driving home today, and I said, "Holy Spirit,
clear the way."
Clear the way. What I do? I turn off the expressway. I turn right off the expressway. Like, I'm gonna make sure the roadways is clear. And it was the longest day I'm gonna ride. And I said that to you. I said, wow.
You said,
I just asked him
to
clear the highway, and I turned off.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like an example of what I'm talking about. It's funny because I was like, that fast.
But it happens that fast.
That fast.
So we have to really be not just intentional, but
remember what you asked for.
That's right.
You remember what you asked for.
Yeah.
I in a book. Her name is Lisa McLean. She wrote a book called, good Lord, I can't remember the name of the book. I probably got it in here somewhere. And in the book, she states, sometimes you can't get to the next blessing because what you told God you was going to do in the last one, you ain't did it. You forgot it that fast. And all of a sudden, you're like, man, I don't know why ain't nothing else happened. Well, God is like, listen, I'm a promise keeper. When you gonna turn into one? What you drinking?
Coffee.
Let me get some, because I don't want to be tired like you. That's enough. I just sniffed it. That's enough. All right, so that means it's important. I said it 4 times. Tonight's subject is
why is it hard to receive?
Why is it so hard to receive criticism, correction, and counsel from your spouse? This is we're staying along a love journey. Still a love journey. Previously, go back and watch the episodes. Go back. Jazz, what up? Jazz says, absolutely right. People ask for blessings and then don't give a blessing back. Yeah, you got to remember what you said you was going to do, because God don't forget. And he's sitting there like, okay,
didn't you say?
I did my part.
Right.
I did my part. When you going to do yours? Whoever has any comments or any experiences or input what we're talking about, man, let me know. I'll send you the link. You can come on the show, because me and my wife do not know it all. This is based off research and experience, and your research can be different than mine.
Your experience is different.
Your experiences are different than ours, but it's the research. Two people don't research the same way.
No.
So you'll find information I won't. Excuse me. And you are more than welcome to come on this show and give us what you got.
That's true. So
the question is, why is it so difficult to receive from our spouses anything? And it's amazing the answer. I discovered the answer probably about 7 years ago. I never told you so.
I was gonna say, okay. He's gotta,
the biggest thing in relationships, and a lot of us don't even understand that we go through it, is competition.
Okay.
There's a level of competition that takes place in a relationship. And with that level of competition, one party thinks they're a little bit higher than the other, especially when it comes to education and what people know. My thing was, because of my street knowledge, your validity didn't line up to the things that I gave validation to.
Right.
And so what you were trying to get to me, I couldn't receive because of what I was using as my gauge system.
Correct.
That makes sense? And that's where we got to start at, people. What are we using as our gauge systems to determine whether or not our wives or our spouses are credible enough to give us what it is that we need? I mean, this person is around you every day, all day. Who else is better? But we run into a brick wall, and some of us have such a hard time identifying what that brick wall is. And that's where it starts at. You got to identify that wall. You got to identify that a boundary. Something's been put in place that's causing friction, and you haven't taken the time to go back into your database to figure out what is that friction? What is that wall? What's causing this? And honestly speaking, you might not think it's a problem.
Right, because you've been doing this.
You might not understand that that's the problem.
Right.
So it ain't me.
Right.
It's got to be you. That's not true all the time.
Mm-mm.
So go back and make sure it's not you.
Right.
But that's what it was for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so it wasn't so much as competition. What word am I looking for? It was really validation.
Yeah, it was how you gauge people.
It was what I was using. What I was using as my gauge.
Right.
And it was good for then.
Correct.
And that is also some of the things we're doing with our relationship. The old strategies we're still using.
Mm.
And we don't understand that for the time we're in, those strategies are not for that time, for that season. Mm. And a lot of us don't even know that. We don't
reevaluate, reassess.
We don't take the time
because
it's easier to point the finger.
Yeah.
As long as I can point the finger, some of us are pointing the finger and don't even know we're still doing it.
Mm.
You know, as you just said a minute ago, we do stuff for such a long period of time, it becomes our mode of operation, and we don't even understand that's a problem.
Yes.
It's a problem. Mm-hmm. If you're constantly arguing and y'all at each other's throats, there's something wrong.
Right.
There's something wrong, you know. And as we get into this information, you guys will see where this stuff comes from. Man, let me tell you something, man. This has happened to me. I don't know. I can't remember when the father-wound class took place. In this particular counseling class, it wasn't that I learned how to fix myself. It's I learned how to research. And in my research, I discovered that a lot of things that I was doing was based off how I was raised decades ago.
Right.
And when I recognized that I was doing these things, I was able to say, I need to either change this when I found out it was a problem or completely dismantle it.
Right.
Because if you don't dismantle it and pressure comes back on you, you're going to automatically go back to this behavior. Mm-hmm. And that's what was key for me. The ability to be aware that I was doing it. And that's what the problem lies with a lot of people. We're not aware that we're doing it because number one, we don't think it's us. And number two, we haven't taken the time to go back. Now, don't get me wrong. Find out that this is something you're doing is wrong. It's not a bad thing. Because once you find out that you're doing it, growth happens. Another thing I learned also in counseling is my change does not mean that there's going to be change in other people.
Right.
But there is going to be change in other people because I've changed.
Correct.
My viewpoint changed. Do I hear change? Do I understand? These are things that will contribute to you no longer feeling defensive when your spouse or your mate or your partner wants to say something to you that sounds like your mom.
Yeah.
Or your dad. Or because, you know, what a lot of us don't realize another thing, and I say that a lot. I'm going to stop saying that. We get to a certain point in life where now we feel we ain't got to listen to nobody.
That you don't need anybody to tell you.
Because you've been doing it all your life. Because now that I'm grown, I ain't got to listen to nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.
When did that stop? Any relationship that you get in is going to have to be accountability.
There has to be.
And when when that is not part of the relationship, it's not a relationship.
Right.
Y'all just screwing.
Right.
All right. So we got all that out the way. Let's see if I missed anything here. No. All right. I think I sent you the article. Did I not?
I don't know.
It's in your. Excuse me. It's in your email. I just resent it to you. I just had this. I don't know where it went. And I'm gonna read a lot of this stuff. I'm not even gonna try to interject.
Okay.
Does it make sense? Is that okay?
Of course.
I'm still a little tired. All right. Why is it so hard to receive from your partner? Receiving from a spouse is one of the hardest things to do, not because we don't love them, but because correction touches our pride, our pain, and our identity.
Ooh.
Your pride, your pain. Yeah, I think a lot of it is our pain. Unprocessed pain. You and I talked about this, was it yesterday? I don't know, we talked about so much. But when people have something to say, stop being afraid to say it. Stop by not saying it, you're creating peace in your household.
Oh, right.
You're not. It's false peace because you're brewing on the inside.
Right.
And it mounts and it mounts and it mounts and it mounts and then boom, you got a volcano.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I just did with that article. There it goes. This is from a spiritual and emotional perspective. It says when your spouse corrects you, it's not just a comment, it's coming from the one who knows you most intimately. That can make it feel like exposure and not guidance.
Ooh.
Instead of hearing, I want to help you, we hear, you're not enough.
Ooh.
So what I got from this when I first read it is our filtration system causes a lot of friction as well.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody called you?
I heard a beep.
It's probably me. Tell you put your phone there. It's not that we don't want to grow. We just struggle to separate correction from criticism when it comes from someone whose opinion matters deeply. I'm going to read that again. When your partner corrects you, it's not just a comment. It's coming from the one who knows you most intimately. That can make it feel like exposure, not guidance. Why is exposure in that instance a bad thing? I think that's a good thing, especially from somebody who should be able to correct you or critique you or whatever.
Right.
All right, we're going to continue reading.
Read.
So it's not that we don't want to grow. We struggle to separate correction from criticism. It gives us a scripture. Proverbs 27:6. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. A loving spouse's correction might sting, but it's meant to heal, not to hurt. And I don't know, I don't know how long ago it was, but go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I discovered something that for years, I just didn't realize. Our spouses, I'm talking about our women, their help. They don't turn that off. They don't. It can be quite irritating sometimes because it takes a very mature spouse to understand when and when not to do things. But I believe because of some of the situations that we put our women in to be almost self-reliant, they feel like they need to fix the situation whenever it appears to need fixing.
I was going to say that's my knee-jerk reaction.
Your knee-jerk? When the last time you knee-jerked? You got to use something else.
Anyway.
It's been a minute since I knee-jerked.
When I fell down the stairs.
Your knee
my
hurt.
knee
Knee-jerk.
was my hip. What I was saying? Because for years,
yes,
I was always
everything was on you.
Overcompensating.
Everything was on you.
For the lack thereof. Right. So I still struggle with asking for help. I struggle with asking for help and trusting that it's gonna get done. Or you know what I mean, opposed to just
G Money, what's up?
Going
so it goes back to what we just talked about a minute ago, where these old strategies that we've been using, we have to go back in and dismantle them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's hard because you don't want to dismantle something. Here's what I've noticed about a lot of people. When they go in and I guess they dismantle it, it doesn't take much for that dismantlement to get breached. Because even though you dismantled the wall, like per se, you didn't remove the filters. And so, although the obstacle is no longer there, everything that you've trained yourself to observe to let you go, it tells you that's familiar. The apprehension pops right up.
Definitely.
And now you go into the mode of operation you've established from the and it's hard. It's really hard. So I don't hear annoyance no more. When I do, I say, hey, it's a little irritating. Because I'm understanding that a lot of who you are, I helped create that. And also that your help. Y'all don't mean no harm. Well, my wife don't. If your wife means harm, then you got a bigger problem. But I'm just saying, I've come to the realization that you're really trying to help. And I'll sit there and process it and go, well, I don't see where no help was needed. But let me do it her way anyway. I showed you that today when we were driving. I said, Carl, we should be going that way. He was like, no, it's that way. What did I do? I turned around.
And you went the way
it was the wrong way.
No.
It was the wrong way, Carmen.
It was a longer way.
Because then you tried to get me to turn off again. You said, turn there. And I was like, you only get one shot.
That was...
You don't get two shots.
That would have been taking us back when we were
I said that to you. I said, Carmen, it's taking us back to when you was like, no, it's not. Yeah. I was like, well, you already got your one shot.
Yeah.
We're not turning that way.
So I continued to doze off and go see.
After you realized that I wasn't going to turn no way you said to turn no more. We ain't turning no more that way. You get one shot. One shot. But I don't never allow her to think that what she said to me wasn't heard. And I do it to a certain point. I ain't going to let it be a pitfall for us.
Oh, no.
But I'm going to let you know that, hey, the next time, maybe you might want to look into it a little bit more. Right. And when I say we ain't doing that, you understand why. But that's just me. And I think that's something that every couple needs to work on. The ability to trust the other spouse more, the other partner more, but it's hard when that's been breached. It's really hard. And when it's been breached numerous times, I'm not saying trust is not existent, but it's real thin. Like, okay. As soon as he turned his head, I'm gonna do this. And for us, I'm gonna just say for our relationship, I had to come to the understanding that I was probably 95 to 100% responsible for that. For creating that self-reliance thing inside of you, because you had to make things happen. And I wasn't much help. You know what I'm saying? So
I heard a woman say today, she was talking about how she got into, it was her second marriage, and that her husband had to reteach her how to be soft, meaning not that she wasn't feminine, but that she was so self-reliant. And not to say that she would say, I don't need a man for that. I could do that. I could do this. She's always just been in the mode of when things needed to be done. She took the helm and ran with it. And now she has a spouse who dotes on her. It was almost as though she wasn't allowing him to dote on her per se. Meaning, if something was to be done, she would just go ahead and take care of it, opposed to, hey, this is what I'm thinking I need to be done. I want to get done. And this is that, and allowing him to have input.
So I researched that because I kind of struggled with that for a minute. And what I had to understand is let her be who she is. Don't change that. because you're trying to affect it to benefit you, not to benefit the overall. I'm talking about me, not to benefit the overall situation.
Mm-hmm.
And so, okay, so she had to be this person in this relationship. Now he comes along and he wants to take some of the burden from her. It's a gradual thing. She's got to learn to be reliant on him. And if she never learns that, it's okay. Mm-hmm. Don't confuse that with her not being soft.
Correct.
That is not.
It was more on the lines of during the time when she was doing the other, mm-hmm. meaning taking the initiative, taking the helm of doing things. She was raising her kids. Now her kids are grown, they're in school, but it's not, not the schedule type of a thing that she has to follow because they're younger mm-hmm. kids and she's trying to rear them and stuff. And now the second marriage, it's just different for her. But yet she still had those old habits.
They're called survival techniques.
Those were her survival techniques.
So, she's got to learn to not.
And she said that he helped her.
Right.
In getting to the place where she is now.
That is correct. Yeah. And that's our role in that situation. Mm-hmm. We have to be helped now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We can't, a lot of times, I'm going to say this as men, like I'm going to say it as something else. We want what we want when we want it. I mean, let's just say that's in general with everybody. Mm-hmm. And that's just not how it works.
Right.
It's just not how it works. In particular, if you're responsible for how things are.
Right.
And I don't think a lot of us even take that into consideration. The fact that we're the reason it's like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that you're supposed to be, that's supposed to be used against you for the rest of your life. But when you begin to understand that some of the things that are at play is because of what you've done, mm-hmm. you should be able to understand that it's not going to change overnight.
Right.
It's just not. And a lot of us don't. We get frustrated when things don't change when we want them to change. Not realizing you caused that.
Mm-hmm.
You caused that. All right, back to the article. Proverbs 27:6, faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. Still trying to piece this into what we talk about.
Didn't we read that the other day?
Probably. A loving spouse's correction might sting. Faithful are the wounds of a friend. I got to look into that one. I don't get that scripture. I think they used it for their own benefit here.
No, I mean, okay.
Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. A loving spouse's correction might sting, but it's meant to heal, not hurt. I don't know. That's just me. Forgive me. Once again, if you want to come on to give us your input, the discussion is about why it's so hard to receive from our spouses correction more than anything. And I'll send you the link, and we'll hear from you. All right. It says, pride and fear stand guard over our hearts. Correction challenges our ego. It asks us to admit I was wrong or I need to change. Mm-hmm. In a marriage, that's tough because we often want to be seen as a competent, loving, and doing our best person. Mm-hmm. So correction can make us feel small. As if we failed.
Failed, yeah.
This here is I'm gonna put this in the chat.
I think a lot has to do with trusting.
It's all in your trust.
Yeah.
Correction challenges our ego.
Ooh. Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere you go. Doesn't matter who's doing the correction. And once again, if we got that gauge system in place, it's like, who do you think you are to correct me?
Right.
What you was about to say?
I don't know.
I'm about to say the same thing. All right. It says, but spiritually, correction isn't rejection. Hebrews 12:6 tells us the Lord disciplines those he loves. If God uses correction to shape us, then a spouse's loving correction can be one of his. That's good.
Say that again.
If God uses correction to shape us, then a spouse's loving correction can be one of his tools. A mirror to help us grow closer to his character. So these are 3 points. The first one was correction feels personal. Second one was pride and fear stand guard over our hearts. The third one is the way it's delivered. That's probably one of the biggest.
Don't say it in anger.
Issues.
Yeah.
That like, can correction be administered in peacetime?
Yeah.
How come it always? I'm not saying that it can't.
Right.
I'm saying that to say, how come that always becomes a priority when we're having
heated,
colorful conversation? When the conversation gets a little warm, how come that stuff always comes out? How come that stuff can't come out?
Because it be down there.
Because I believe the reason is because we don't have check-ins.
Right. And I think it's something you wanted to say for so long and now you mad. So this is the opportunity that I'm going to blah, 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 blah.
But if you did check-ins.
Right. And be honest in your check-in.
You would be able to have the forum to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
These check-ins are not for anything else but to get issues that you're having out. And when the person who is getting them out is talking, it's not a conversation.
It's allowing them to speak.
Let them get it out. But the average couple doesn't have a check-in. They don't check in with each other. How are you doing this week? Everything okay?
And then I think they take that for granted also. Meaning, okay, this is something we said we're going to implement in our relationship. But then we'll go, okay, we're checking in. So have you felt heard? And
it
just
becomes routine.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, we good.
Yeah, you can't.
And it's, we have to.
Routine is not bad. Based off what it is.
Okay.
Taking a shower should be a routine. You understand what I'm saying? Brushing your teeth should be a routine. But what's up, Keish? But don't, let me say this correctly. Understand the variables in your routine. Don't go, because this is just what we do. No. Each routine should have variables. Taking a shower don't have variables. Make sure the water's hot. Use soap. The variables. But like in a relationship, like sometimes when we have our talks, if you notice, and sometimes I don't have anything to say.
Yeah. Because
I don't want to always be the one. I don't want to always appear like everything you say, I got to have something to say over it. You understand what I'm saying? Like what you say is okay. That's I'm good with that.
Yeah, but also don't want to suppress.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
I've done years of that.
That's not going to happen.
There's no.
If I have something to say, it's going to be said not a lot of times. What I'm learning is to make sure that when I say it, I'm not upset. I don't want to, because although you may not think your tone is coming out a certain way, it will get received that way based off your temperament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's where I do a check-in of myself and realize that I hear myself talk to you or whomever, so then I can hear my tone and how it was delivered.
And I believe that's what a lot of us should do.
Yeah.
Prior to us running off with the mouth, run that thing through your head. And make sure that it's you okay, I think I'm good now. Let me say this. Don't hold that thing. Don't take it'll spill over into someone some things that have nothing to do with it,
Mm-hmm.
don't hold it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. I ain't never held it. I'm learning how to now say it in a way that's
in a better manner. Yeah.
That's not like
Sometimes.
it does. It's not destructive.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's just so that someone can understand how I feel.
Right.
That's it. So I thought this was good. It said the Lord disciplines those He loves. So if God uses correction to shape us, then a spouse's loving correction can be one of His tools.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. And then we went to the way it's delivered.
Mm-hmm.
Even truth can be hard to receive when it's not spoken in love. Remember, this is the love journey we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Tone, timing, and tenderness, the 3 T's, make a world of difference.
It does.
Ephesians 4:15 says, speak the truth in love, growing in every way more and more like Christ. When correction sounds like criticism, the heart shuts down. When it's seasoned with love, the heart opens up.
Mm-hmm.
That's why couples must learn not to just speak truth, but to wrap truth in grace.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that is good. Yeah, not just
define wrap truth in grace.
Okay. I'm gonna,
in your words,
to wrap truth in grace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like I just said a minute ago, I can't make the truth. Like people say, they love to be brutally honest. Don't fall in love with the brutality of it. You know what I'm saying? Because the brutality is destructive.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say truth and not realizing that you may be destroying something. Have enough grace to know that now might not be a good time.
Right.
Or
this is something they needed to hear. So I need to deliver it in a certain manner. And then,
hey, Lenora,
give them the time to process the information just given to them. Give them the grace to process it and then apply it.
This is a good question. Hold on, let me say. You're welcome back. Get out of here.
What are you doing?
My computer has a mind of its own. Every computer does. What? That was my definition. We're going to look that up. What does saying the truth in grace mean? It says means communicating what is honest, necessary, and real, but doing it with kindness, humility, and love. Pretty much like what I said. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, people say, oh, brutally honest. Yeah, you just love the brutality in it. You love the control it gives you when you do that. It says it's a balance between truth, being clear and straightforward, and grace, being compassionate and gentle.
So that I'm going to stop saying that people are drawn to you because you're brutally honest. You're like straight, no chaser. I'm going to say that I'm going to say what you just said.
But what you're saying is true because there's no close proximity between me and the other person. That brutality that you're talking about that works there, it's not going to work here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So yes, it's an asset in some circles, not circles, in some places.
Right.
But not in the marriage.
Not in the marriage.
That's
no.
You know, that brutality is destructive.
In a marriage.
In a relationship.
It's
out there based off who you're talking to, it might be needed.
Yeah, to shave off some.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. And wait, I'm gonna say in a marriage, there's some things that still need to be shaved off.
So we got to do the 3 T's.
So you have.
What's the 3 T's? We just said it.
Well, I'm tired. So
You're tired? I don't either. That's what I'm looking for.
Was it timing?
Oh, I'm looking for it.
Talking.
Here's the 3 T's. I'm telling her to remember it, and I don't. I'm going to put it in the chat.
Oh, tone, timing. I had the timing part.
It is tone, timing, and tenderness.
Tenderness. I said
tone. Those are the 3 T's.
I had one. I had timing.
That's fine. I didn't remember it. I had to look it up.
I would have came up with it eventually.
You'd have made something up here. I would have. I know that. It says truth without grace equals harshness. You might be right, but the delivery wounds, embarrasses, or shuts the other person down.
Yeah.
It destroys.
Yeah.
It sounds like I'm just being honest, but the impact is hurtful. You can't. So let me talk about me. When I would do it in the past, it put me in a position of control. And I control was it for me. However, whatever I needed to do to control the situation, I would do it. And my words usually were one of the reasons, one of the ways that I would do it until I began to realize that helps nothing. Right. That
serves nothing.
It serves no purpose
except you and your ego.
That's exactly what it was. And at the particular time that I was doing it, I didn't know about all the other stuff that comprises marriage. You know, I didn't care. I'm shutting you down, and that's how it was. Yeah. I mean, that's just how it was. It says grace without truth is an enabler. Whoa. You avoid saying what needs to be said to keep the peace. That's that false peace we talked about. It sounds like I don't want to upset them, but problems remain hidden. Yeah. Truth with grace equals growth. Yeah. You share honestly in a way that the other person can actually receive. That's what we're after. Right. How to receive from your spouse.
I think that you have to have a willingness to.
That's true. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. And you have to, I mean, we all play a role in everything.
See, what a lot of us don't realize is there's just certain things that are in play in our lives that we don't know that's in play. Growing up like we did, there were certain things that had to be put into place for survival mode.
Depending on
I'm saying me. I'm not saying you. I'm saying how I grew up. There were certain things that needed to be in place based off the environment that I lived in. Nobody ever came to say, "Hey, Al, it's okay for you not to have these things in place no more."
Right. You could be a kid.
This is what happens to a lot of us. Nobody ever tells us it's okay not to be like that. Yeah. And we take what we've used for so many years and use it as soon as the pressure comes on. It's our go-to.
It is your go-to.
You know what I'm saying? And it's been our go-to for so long that it can't be me that the problem is. It's got to be you. Until we get a relationship with Christ and he starts working on our heart. And now we start to go, wait a minute. That's a little crazy right there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened with me. I started to learn what love is. You know, learn how to love. Learn the things needed to be loving for somebody to love me. And I had to go in and praise the Lord for counseling and learn how to dismantle a lot that was going on the inside of me. I was a violent, crazy kid. The way I handled disputes was through violence.
Right.
If there was a disagreement and I wanted a person to agree, violence was what I used. Wow. And that was part of my marriage. You know, what do you mean you ain't doing what? Until I realized it's not productive. Right. It's not a good thing. This is a pretty good article. Truth with grace is growth. I care about you, so I want to tell you something that can help us grow. Here's what I'm feeling, and here's why. I'm saying this because our relationship matters. This is pretty good. Tone, timing, intent, humility, empathy. This is the ingredients of grace, truth, and grace. A simple formula. Grace sets the atmosphere, truth delivers the message, and love is the motive. That's good. That's really good. All right, so the first one was, because karma's going down, correction feels personal. The name of the show is Why It's So Hard for Us to Receive from Our Spouses. Criticism, correction, and counsel. And the first one was because correction feels personal. 2 is pride and fear stand in the way. 3 is the way it's delivered. And the 4th one is correction requires trust and safety. If there is no safety area in your relationship, you will never, ever receive correction from your partner.
It's true.
He's safe. She's safe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if I don't view you as that, who are you talking to? No, who you think you talking to? Even if we don't say it, it's on our minds. It says it's easier to receive correction when we know the motive is love and not control. I just said that. When we feel emotionally safe, we can admit mistakes without fear of being ashamed or used. Oh my God. People, stop using sensitive information against your partner. They share stuff with you, not so you could put that in your gun, and fire it back at them later.
Yeah, that's ugly.
It's what we're trained to do. You got to untrain that. There's a motto we use in counseling that says, unlearn to relearn. There's a lot of our behaviors we got to unlearn. A lot. I'm talking a lot. A lot. Okay. It gives us an example. It says, healthy correction in marriage sounds like this. I love you, and I want us to grow through this together. Not, you're always wrong. Why you do that? How come you can't do it this way? That doesn't work. They said the difference is the posture of the heart. Partnership and not punishment. And I believe that's something else that we have to work on, like tick for tack. You know what I'm saying? You do something to me, I'm doing something back. That's a lot of us have a problem with that. Calm's going down more. Okay, speeding up. Number 5. Correction is a path to oneness. Even though it's uncomfortable, correction, when done right, brings couples closer. It removes blind spots, builds humility, and strengthens intimacy. When both partners can give and receive correction with grace, it becomes less about who's right and more about how we can grow right. Proverbs 12:1 says, whoever loves discipline loves knowledge. But whoever hates correction is stupid. That's in the scripture. Wow. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but whoever hates correction is stupid. God isn't shaming us. He's inviting us to see correction as a tool. So we got to get to that point to understand that as God corrects us, he can use our spouse as a tool for that correction. And we have to trust him enough to realize that our spouses is not trying to hurt us. Right. That's one of the things I had to learn. She's not trying to hurt me. Or trying to control me. It's hard to receive correction from your spouse because it feels personal and exposes vulnerability. Pride resists being wrong. Tone and timing can wound instead of heal. Trust must exist for correction to feel safe, and growth requires humility. And humility is not free. It's costly. But when both hearts stay humble before God, correction becomes less about being right and more about being righteous. So that was the article on why it is so hard to receive correction from your spouse. A lot of us need work. You know, don't ever feel like you've arrived. Don't ever feel like, hey, I'm there. That's not a good place. Right. We all can use work. Definitely. And when you have a spouse who's a team player, it's very enjoyable to grow together. Yeah. It's one of the most enjoyable things you'll ever experience, being able to grow with a person and watching the relationship grow together. Mm-hmm. You know, that fighting and bickering and all that, you know, we got to learn another way to settle our differences besides that.
Right.
Because honestly speaking, the fighting creates a problem.
Yes.
Outside of what you're fighting for.
Right.
And it's, you know, you get to a certain age, you still doing that? Mm-hmm. There's something wrong. Who in the heck wants to fight? And that nobody wants to do that all day. But anyway, wife, she's tired. We're gonna sign off. But yeah, we'll be back on next week. Prayerfully, John will be on. We're talking about the sex trafficking. It's a big issue in these United States that is, she would say, under the radar. It ain't on the radar. These people ain't hiding. They ain't hiding nothing. We just turn a blind eye to it. Mm-hmm. That's what we do. But we'll see y'all next week. Prayerfully, she'll be rested.
I'll take a nap.
And we can go longer. But this has been Better for the Day. I'm Al. That's Carmen. Peace out.